So today we're going to dive into a real financial puzzle, one that's hiding in plain sight within a stack of corporate documents. We're going to follow a paper trail of investments, official filings, and government orders to piece together a story about why a company's value can sometimes be a very, very puzzling thing.
And really, it all boils down to one simple question, but it's a tricky one. Just think about it for a second. What if you were selling something and one person offers you $10, but the very next person in line offers you over 1,000 for the exact same thing? That's the mystery we're exploring today.
All right, let's get right into the thick of it. Take a look at these numbers, pulled directly from filings for a company called Raghuram Cements. You've got one investor paying a mere 10 rupees for a single share, and then you have another investor paying 1,450 rupees for a share in the very same company. I mean, that's not just a small bump in price, right? It's a massive, massive chasm. So what on earth could justify that kind of difference? Well, to even start to wrap our heads around this, we need to talk about something called a share premium. It's kind of like buying a ticket to a sold-out concert. The ticket might have a face value printed on it, let's say 10 rupees. But if it's the hottest show in town, you know people are going to pay way, way more to get in. That extra cash, that's the premium. In the corporate world, investors pay a premium when they believe a company is going places, that its future is so bright its shares are worth way more than just the number printed on them.
Okay, so to follow this paper trail, you've got to know who the key players are. Their names are going to come up again and again in these filings. These are the names that are going to pop up repeatedly, kind of the main characters in this whole story. We've got an individual, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. We have the two companies at the center of it all, Jagati Publications and Raghuram Cements. And then we have the corporate investors, like Dalmia Cements, and other companies linked to an investor named N. Prasad. Just keep them in the back of your mind as we go. All right, so our first stop is this media company, Jagati Publications. Here, the official corporate filings show two totally different investment events happening just a few months apart. And boy, do they tell a story of two completely different valuations. Now, pay close attention to the timing here. This filing shows that on June 21st, 2007, Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy comes on board as an additional director of the company. Just tuck that date away for a second. Because get this, just over a month later, on August 2nd, the records show this huge allotment of shares. We're talking over 23 million of them. And the price? 10 rupees a share. That's it, just the face value. According to this filing, there was zero premium paid. But then, you fast forward just 2 more months to October 15th, and the whole story just flips on its head. Another filing shows more than 2 million shares being sold, but this time for 360 rupees each. That price tag includes a hefty 350 rupee premium on top of that 10 rupee face value. And this chart, wow, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? You go from 10 rupees a share to 360 rupees for the same company in a couple of months. That's a 3,500% jump in valuation from one deal to the next. That's pretty incredible. Okay, so that was the warm-up. Now, let's get to the main event, the case that's really at the heart of this whole puzzle. We're looking at the filings for a company called Raghuram Cements. And you know what? We start to see a very similar pattern play out here. A filing from January 2007 shows a massive allotment, over 42 million shares to Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, and the price per share, just 10 rupees. Again, face value, no premium. But just like before, as we follow that paper trail through the rest of 2007 and into early 2008, the price that other corporate investors are paying for shares in the very same company, well, it starts to go through the roof. And this table really shows you the climb. In March 2007, Dalmia Cements pays 120 rupees. India Cements pays the same in September. Then in November, companies tied to N. Prasad pay 185. And then, here's the kicker. In February 2008, Dalmia Cements is back, and this time they pay an absolutely eye-watering 1,450 rupees per share. Let's just put that in perspective for a second. That final price, 1,450 rupees, for a share with a face value of just 10 rupees. That works out to a premium of, get ready for it, 14,400%. I mean, that's just an astronomical number no matter how you slice it. So, okay, We've got these two cases with these wild, wild valuations. But to really get the full picture that these source documents are painting, we need to zoom out a bit and see what else is in them.
And this is really important. The source material we're looking at isn't just a bunch of corporate financial filings. If you look at the document's own table of contents, you'll see it also lists a whole series of official government orders, or what they call GOs.
So what are these GOs all about? Well, they detail things like a huge land allotment, permissions for a hotel, relaxing building rules and taxes. And here's the thing that makes you go, The documents show that the companies getting these benefits are linked to the exact same investors who were paying those super high premiums for shares. So when you lay it all out on a timeline like this, a pretty clear sequence of events starts to take shape, right? First, you have shares being bought at face value. Then, you have this period where corporate investors are pouring in money at these massive premiums. And happening at the same time are these government orders that benefit companies connected to those very investors. And it all leads up to that peak share price of 1,450 rupees.
Now, I want to be crystal clear about something. The source documents themselves, they don't give you any answers or conclusions. Not at all. They just present a paper trail. They lay out a sequence of financial events and official government actions. That's it. It's just the data.
And that leaves us right here with one final, really important question to think about. What we've seen in these documents is a clear intersection of big money and official power. And so the question these documents really force us to ask is, when you see money and power intersecting like this, what are the questions we should all be asking?